it's at the point where he can make another Reaver pretty easily, but still, he is on the back foot, and every unit is going to count here. And that shuttle is just total veteran shuttle here. Just been in every major engagement in this entire game, but it's still not managed. Actually, there may be a second shuttle. Actually, come to think of it, I'm not sure if he got a second shuttle. One may have died. I don't recall, but regardless, this shuttle's been around the block. Flying around the block, in fact it's just floated over the block. That's how experienced it is. Oh, super shuttle finally goes down. Lets one zealot out. But okay, so to finish my story real quick, the arbiter, I wanted to get off the recall as soon as possible. I hit recall. All my troops, they went off in the blue ball, and oh Jesus, ton of zealots coming in here. And again, I don't think they're going to be able to break in. He may break the first line, but C just has too many layers. He's got tanks to the south on the ridge and more vultures coming in, too many mines around, and Cal, again, just with not enough forces to back up. Only looked like a dozen zealots and less than a dozen dragoons. So I hit the recall off, and because there were buildings on the ground below my arbiter, the arbiter couldn't place the units on the ground where it was. So they had to go to the next nearest location, which was, guess where? Below the island, on the low ground. So all of my zealots that I was trying to recall in, and some other dragoons as well, all got recalled to the low ground, even though my arbiter was clearly on the high ground above his island. And I lost the game because my arbiter got killed, and that was the last chance I had to kill off his island expansion. He still had a battle cruiser, so he could have spent the next hour and a half auto cannoning me to death. So I had to give in, but that sucked. Anyways, that was a random long story, I guess, just to say that that's what happens when you have when you try and drop something out of a shuttle and there's no space for it to drop. It has to go to the next location, and that's why Cal lost his Reaver eons ago. Now losing another shuttle and another Reaver. Cal just throwing forces at C, and C critically has not taken any economic damage in this entire battle, in this entire game, rather. He's not even gotten a scarab off on an SCV line a single time. Well, maybe there was once, now that I'm trying to remember. He dropped a zealot in a couple times, but for the most part, not really losing anything of any critical importance, not losing any bases, whereas Cal has lost bases, he's lost probes, he's had to run probes countless times. Well, I'm not going to go back and count at least. And he's just losing his army over and over and over again. And I mean, that's how you win a game in a longer game is you keep part of your army and they lose theirs, and then you have more the next time because you kept part of your army, and then you're able to kill theirs off again. And those battles are the times where you can make a difference. Ooh, Suicide Dark Templar? No, not going to take out the vultures. So we're going to take out one vulture, a lot of mines at least. But anyway, those deciding battles, those are what decide things, basically. Get that? The deciding battles decide things? Pure genius, I know, but you can quote me on it if you want. But yeah, those are the times when you can come back, if you can take a battle and you can come back and gain a military advantage in the long run, but usually the military advantage that one player has keeps them in the military advantage in the future, unless they get some good tech to counteract or something like that. Anyway, so Cal just consistently losing battle after battle, loses another battle. He has managed to keep, it looks like 4 bases going, or 4 bases up now. Actually, 5 bases. 1, 2, 3, 1. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think that's 5. Looking at the mini map here. But C has taken just as many bases. Actually, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6, maybe 7 bases for C. And when you're a Protoss, you usually want to be at least one. Nice. Archon in the supply line, not subject to mine fire. Anyway, but yeah, when you're Protoss, you want to try and stay at least one base ahead of the Terran, and so being one base behind the Terran is just being 2 bases behind the Terran rather is basically a death in the long run. Again, sacrificing another shuttle just to try and throw some units in his main, just to try and distract C a little bit. And he's going around picking off the turrets so he can try and do more. But really, I mean, what? You really want to clear up space so that you can get in there and use your Reavers what, like 2 SCVs in the future or something like that. This doesn't seem worth it at this point. He should be trying to harass some of the side bases, trying to kill some SCVs off, trying to, if he could go around and somehow storm drop all of C's bases right in a row with a super speed shuttle full of super Templar, then he might be able to somehow come back in this game. But it's just not working there. Um, anyway, oh no, he must have told someone to build a Nexus and then they didn't, and he sent the probes anyway. And this could be tragic if those probes run back across the battlefield to try and find a Nexus to deposit their stashes with. But Cal putting up a really good fight. This is the map that basically I think lost him the series against 4GG in the last MSL was this map where it was just 4GG had too many choke points to defend and just too narrow of passages and ridges and everything. And Cal, even though he fought really well in that game, he just was not able to take out 4GG in that game, and he ended up losing the series, obviously 3-2. And I think that was the map that did him in. Obviously on Coliseum, he'd lost that last game there, and that was there was something to that as well. But yeah, that's the game that I think he should have won. That he played well in, and it was just the map and luck that he lost the game because of. So anyway, but Cal is going to go down. This is basically his last mining base here. So he's going to lose it here in just a second. I don't think there's anything he has to break this defense. I mean, there's that little bridge and everything. And those bridges are what I'm talking about. So GG coming from Cal finally. Let's go check out Game 7.